Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not ration. Paint in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop art. Dr. Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. And seldom do what they motivate. World full of hate. We serve the hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change through visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift them fluidly.
MC, I'm convinced that you speak with a whisper purposely, so I cannot hear the countdown.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, I did not. You're just soft-spoken anyway, so that's all right. Yeah, no worries. It's fine. I know you're anxiously anticipating some libation, so I'll excuse you.
I am.
I could tell you got happy as soon as I said libation.
I did.
You did libation. Like, remember last week I said your arms were like this and you're leaning back. Your feet are on the floor as soon as I said that.
Firmly planted.
Firmly planted on fertile ground. Dr. Tawana Ross is here. What did you say? Sorry.
Probably about 6 inches apart, firmly planted on the floor.
Hey, Bryson is here. My CQ brother. Welcome. I'm just going to leave that one. Also, Serena Wills is here. He's the MediaScope whisperer. Well, Serena, you are the queen of food truckery and the minister of libation. We will anxiously await your for real arrival, Serena. Welcome, everyone, to the livest media, tech, and pop culture show in the land. Okay, it seems that you were a little ahead of her, but that's okay. She is here now. It is Taco Wednesday. We're never here on Tuesdays, so we're here on Wednesdays, and as the food truck gets set up, she will have lots of specials for you, so get ready for some primo food and primo content. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We are here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on all of the platforms that I'm about. Look at this.
No, look at that Lord Third. It's fancy. Schmancy.
Is it not? Is it
is.
not? Yeah.
Yes.
Fancy schmancy. And it's got some transparency to it.
I see that.
Look.
Wow.
Oh.
That must have cost our team a fortune to make that.
Yeah, that's why you're not getting paid next week, MC. Anyway. So forget about rent. Anyway, we are on YouTube. What's up, everybody watching on YouTube? So fantabulous to see you. We are on Twitter. No, today we are actually on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, if you're watching, what's up? We are also on Facebook. Facebook, what is going on? And guess what? We are also on, and if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe, or subscribe to my channel and like, please. Yay. We really would appreciate that. We're trying to grow on YouTube, and we would love to see you over there. It's actually a cool platform. So go ahead and tell your friends, tell all your friends. And for those of you that are our friends in the Caribbean, Nassau, Bahamas, and the rest of the Caribbean, you are going to listen to this replay tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Gospel 107.1 FM. Yes. Amen. And I hope you all feel special, because you're the only one that has a sound. We don't have a sound for the other platforms, but for you, because we want to ensure our path into heaven, we made sure that we had a sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
For you. We want to make sure our seat is safe. So
we got the keys to my Jeep, right?
Well, apparently Serena does.
Beep, beep.
Yes. So Serena said that it's over 100 degrees in the DMV. So check out her beat the that's what I'm saying. Check out her beat the heat specials. We've got ice cream. We've got something else in a bowl. We've got drinks, cool drinks. We've got salads, everything cool and fresh and crisp. It is pretty hot here too, but let me tell you, a lot of days I'm not going outside, so I don't know how hot it actually is outside. You know, I go into my car to get and then come out, so I don't have a good gauge of how hot it actually is, but it's not 100 degrees here, I can assure you that.
Jeez.
What's going on in Houston? What is it in Houston?
Yeah, it's about that.
100?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gotten up to about 106.
Wow. Well, you're going to have to pack up all that hair that you have, Mr. Dreadlocks.
I know, right?
Because I know that hair is hot.
Yes,
this type
indeed.
of year. Why do you think I have on a hat? You will never see my hair out and down when it's like this. Never. It's
you
just
got a lot of hair too, Tachi.
I do. So I stuff it all. I twist it and stuff it all in my hat, or put it in a bun, like it's in a bun right now, because it's just too hot to deal with.
Right.
Anyway, David Benjamin Eccles, one of my favorite bisons in here, that says, yes, indeed, it is Hades hot in DC.
Yes, it is.
Ron TV Metro from YouTube is here. It says, what shenanigans are we getting into today? Well, now that you're here, anything goes. Ron, you are the king of shenanigans. Hey, Michelle is here. Michelle, what is up? My good friend Shelly Shell. By the way, it's Shelly Shell's birthday. Her birthday was yesterday. Everybody wish Shelly Shell or Michelle a happy birthday, please.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Well, if we had a tech team worth their weight in gold, we would have had a happy birthday song ready to go. But somehow I know we don't. So I won't offer it to you, but offering many happy returns.
Well,
here we go. The clapping Africans. Here we go. Oh boy.
They sing everything, and they clap for everything.
Clapping Africans make everything better, right? Anyway, Charlotte Toomer is here and says, good evening. She enjoyed last week's show, and as is Dr. Vibe. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for being on last week's show. It was so much fun. The 7th anniversary. We are a week into year 7, and it is a great week indeed. Thank you so much for being here last week. Like I did last year, I'll probably do like a highlights of clips of things that happen and put it up on social media for you all to enjoy. But you're also welcome to watch the replay. The replay is up, and if you want to have fun with us, please do. Absolutely. All right. MC, you good? I forgot to ask you. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you introduce yourself?
I did, I thought, but if not, I'll do it. My name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. I am all things media, tech, and pop culture. And what I didn't do is swing my arms around and give you a hug to let you know I appreciate you being here. Some of you are supposed to be at work. Some of you are supposed to be cooking for other people. Some of you are really supposed to be doing other things. But you chose to be here with us, not doing those things. And we are forever grateful. Bless you and thank you. That's it. Fight the power. Do what you're not supposed to do. We're not gonna take. Okay, quick story. I always have these stories about things. I was listening to, it was on NPR, and remember that song, "We're Not Gonna Take It."
Right.
No, we ain't gonna take it. I don't know why I
Yes,
used
yes.
to love that song when I was little, but that song is Twisted Sister.
Right.
Now,
Right.
you know how that song came about?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me tell you a little trivia. So he went to Catholic school.
Hmm.
He said if you listen to it, it sounds a little like "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." We're
Interesting.
not gonna take it.
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
come all ye
Yes,
faithful.
absolutely.
That's where it came from. I was
Very
like,
interesting.
who
Hmm.
knew? So anytime you listen to "We're Not Going to Take It," you're actually listening to "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." That's a Catholic
Mhm.
school kid at heart, because you will take a hymn and turn it into something else. I went to Catholic school like my entire life, except my last 2 years of high school. So,
Wow,
but
very
I
interesting.
found that interesting. Yes. Fantastic. So it's coming right up. If you want your tacos, you best to get them now. Best of. I did say that. Absolutely. So make sure that you get it. All right, let's see. Serena, they are clapping Africans. That's what it sounds like to me. The clapping Africans. Oh my gosh, Claude Diamond is here, and my Wednesday just got better. Welcome, Claude. Thank you so much for being here. He is an amazing salesperson. He has the gut sales method. He's also an amazing realtor and just broker, everything all the way. And he's also an attorney. So there we go.
Oh, wow, I didn't know he was an attorney.
Yeah, he's an attorney. Well, why would he not be?
Hey, Claude,
Why
are
would
you
he
still
not?
doing videos on sales or have you?
He is. He did one. I watched the replay of one today. Was that from Monday? I think so. So if you guys are interested, he does these wonderful sessions on sales and doing sales. So if that's something you're trying to get into, definitely follow Claude Diamond. He's
What's his
absolutely.
platform? What platform is he on?
I think you are on multiple platforms, but I watch you on Facebook. But I think you're also on YouTube. But let us know, please. Let's see. So Ron TV Metro said, uh, some of us were about to sleep but could not resist joining in. Ron, let me tell you how I appreciate people that are in Europe, that are in Asia, that are in Australia, because we have our family is all over the world. The MediaScope massive. Ron, where are you, if you don't mind? I, for some reason, thought that you were in Seattle, but that can't be if you're about to go to sleep. You must be in Europe. Let us know where you are so we can shout you out. Let's see. I saw
We
something
thank
that
you
I
for
wanted to put up.
we thank you for allowing yourself to be distracted and not getting
Thank
all your
you.
rest. Thank you.
Exactly. For allowing yourself to be irritable tomorrow for your boss or your workers, whichever. This is what we're talking about. Benjamin Eccles, David Benjamin Eccles, yes, he was rebellious big time, definitely. But the funny thing is, with my sister and I, when we were little, and actually, because I'm an artist, I actually drew this out. We made a band out of the nuns that were there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I don't know where that drawing is now, but I drew like all the nuns, and they had a band. So one had the guitar, the electric guitar, one had because I just see that, and then years later, what happens? Sister Act comes out.
That's
I
hilarious.
was Sister Act before there was a Sister Act.
So do you have a favorite? So in Catholic school, do they call them teachers? They call them nuns, or how does that work?
They were our teachers,
Oh, there are
but they
teachers.
were
Oh,
also nuns. We were taught by the Sisters of Saint Joseph. So
okay, okay.
yeah,
Did you have
they're
a favorite?
teachers. They went and they went to school. They got their credentials so that they could teach. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay. Now, did you have a favorite teacher?
At Saint Joseph.
Yeah, you have Catholic
Hmm,
school. Yes.
let's see. Look, I tried not to rock the boat because Catholic
Mhm.
school reprimand was not a joke. So I tried to do what I was supposed to do. Um, so I liked all of my teachers, but in terms of a favorite, let's see. I think I had two. I liked Mrs. Claus, it like Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, who ironically she lived around the corner from us. So I
Oh.
liked Mrs. Claus. Also Mrs. Vesneski. That was my fifth grade teacher. Mrs. Claus was my sixth grade teacher.
Mhm.
And then Mrs. Cedrone, who was my second grade teacher. So I like that. But I like them all. I like them all the same, you know.
Because
But
they're all watching right now, right?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of these people in years. So, but
You're
I
probably
hope
won
so.
you're probably wondering why they didn't make the favorite list.
Well, look, you, you, you shouldn't have yelled. One of the I can't remember which teacher it was, but she told us, look, I'm going to tell you the story, then I'm going to move on. She told us, you know how okay, writing is a huge thing.
Mhm.
Handwriting is a huge thing in Catholic school. So you were not allowed to write with pen until they determined you would. So I was the first one because I took cursive seriously and I still do.
Mhm.
I still write exactly the way I was taught in third grade. So in fourth grade, you were allowed to write in pen once she told you you could. I had a pen because we had a spirograph. So she said,
Right.
if you guys want, you can bring pens for spirograph. So I brought a pen that I had for spirograph, and then she looked at my paper when they came. She said, "Okay, you can start to write in pen. Bring a pen." Oh, I said, "Oh, I already have one." She put her hands on her hips and said, "Now, who told you to bring a pen?" I said, "I brought it. You said we could bring it for the spirograph. Have you forgotten?" I said, "Don't throw me under the bus. You said we could bring a pen." I'm just saying. So I nearly got in trouble for having a pen because but you said we could bring pens. You
That's
said
funny.
we could bring pens. You think I
That's
was
funny.
trying to get in trouble? No, sir, no, ma'am. Oh, wait, Ron, are you in the Philippines? He is. He is in the Philippines. Wonderful. He says, growing up in the Philippines, being in a Catholic school was a necessity. Absolutely. You know,
Mm.
it's just interesting when you look at different areas where the Catholic Church has a stronghold. So, of course, being where I was in upstate New York, very Polish, very Irish, very
Mhm.
Italian, therefore was going to be very Catholic. So you go to Catholic school. That's what you do. So it's like, okay, even in New York City, everybody went to Catholic school in New York City. So Serena Wills went to Catholic school for 3 years and learned cursive in first and second grade. Yeah. These kids now, if you give them something in cursive, they'll start crying because they can't read cursive
Right,
anymore.
right, right.
It's such a lost art form, and I think it's beautiful. And people, oh, you don't need it. Well, you do, so that you can be understood if you don't have a way to type it. And that also precludes you from reading historical documents like the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, because those are all written in cursive. Just saying. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's start. You know what? It's time for us to start. Could I have the intro for the media segment, please? Right. All right. All right. All right. And then let me get photo one, if you please, sir. Photo one. We're going to get started. And I apologize, it's a little bit choppy, but that it is what it is. So let's talk about. I'm sure you noticed the photo of Chris Cuomo. Did you not,
I did.
MC?
I did.
He's back. He's back. Chris Cuomo is back, and not just back. He's going to be back on television. He is going to join News Nation in a multi-million-dollar deal. October
Interesting.
3rd he starts, and it's going to be 8 p.m. But if we tried to do half of the things that some of these people do,
Yes, come
we
on
would
now.
be vamoosed. I'm just saying, because
Mm.
some of these people don't even have to be remorseful, and they could get back on TV in a moment. And in fact, What's his name from A Current Affair? Bill O'Reilly. Remember he was disgraced? Well,
Yeah,
he's going to be a
absolutely.
contributor at Newsmax as well. So I'm like,
Oh,
you don't have to be fine and upstanding and upright, apparently, because all you have to do is lay low for a moment and you can get a television deal just like them. That is just, I'm going to keep going. Here we go. So the show is going to be recorded in New York and Manhattan, and we will be seeing an extensive wardrobe and travel allowance for him. He will get a multi-million-dollar salary for his role with the station. And other, insiders actually denied claims that because apparently Megyn Kelly was supposed to join as well, or that was a rumor, but that's not happening. So I like how the article says disgraced host. Well, because he was disgraced.
so we're
So
all
when disgrace is the first word in an article describing you, you know you've done something wrong.
absolutely.
Disgraced former mayor former governor Andrew Cuomo disgraced. That's
Yeah,
something you
absolutely.
never want in front of your name. Disgraced.
Absolutely.
So, but not everybody is happy about this. Obviously, in addition to helping his brother or advising his brother when there were these allegations of misconduct against him and advising his brother and getting involved where he shouldn't have been gotten involved, there was an allegation of misconduct by a former person at ABC that apparently happened at a Christmas party a few years ago. I don't remember when this was, but it was a misconduct of groping. Is it in 2005? So she actually slammed, Shelley Ross is her name, and she slammed News Nation cable network for hiring him. Yeah. So this
So,
shows that only here. Go ahead.
so what happens? I guess I'm assuming that like that these men, when they get to the top of their salary, top of their game, and they're given this metal arm for this metal hand for groping, like comes in a case or something. Here's your here's your additional limb for
So,
for
though
groping.
you're trying to be facetious,
It's horrible.
in a sense, you're actually right. Well, no, it is horrible. What happens is that, and this is industry wide, and not just in the media industries. This happens all over, as
Right.
has happened all over. Hence the Me Too movement, right, or the beginnings of the Me Too movement. But what has happened is, for years, uh, the
Hmm.
industry has turned their backs to it and not paid attention, or made people feel like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad, or victims themselves convinced themselves that it
Right.
wasn't that bad, or maybe they did something, or if I say something, I won't get very far, because they've had the upper hand. These abusers have had the upper hand for a long time. But now that these things are being made public, it's but here's the thing: when things like this happen, where, oh, well, okay, well, you're no longer on CNN, but here, we'll give you this nice cushy multi-million dollars. You don't. What is the lesson to be learned there? What is the lesson
Right.
to be learned? That I can engage in misconduct and be rewarded as long as I lay low for a couple of months, because it's only been a few months. It has only been a few months since this has happened. So if I just lay low, I too can get a lucrative deal with an enormous wardrobe budget and bacon wrapped
Yes.
shrimp and champagne and caviar. I too can have that. I think it sends a terrible message, and it is not handed fairly
Absolutely.
across the board. So, does it look like we have a Bama of the week? I think we may.
Right. Both the network and him.
Two Bamas of the week. All
Hmm.
right. Well, let's keep going, because I know we have more to do. Could I have photo two, please? Let's talk a little bit about Disney, Hulu, and Netflix. Folks, speaking of lawsuits, right? Disney,
Mm.
Hulu, and Netflix have been sued by 25 Texas cities over unpaid bills. What was that old man noise you were saying?
Yeah, I'm just like, uh-oh, because Netflix is
You
always
there,
in the
MC?
news. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, because I was here. Remember how you talked about you're starting to make these old man noises? So I thought that's what that
Yeah, I
was.
did. Yeah, I did make an old man noise.
You did that was. I was like, oh boy, you weren't lying. All right, so Netflix, Disney Plus, and their sister streaming service Hulu got slapped with a lawsuit by 25 cities in Texas, your state, MC, or the state in which you currently reside, for failing to pay millions of dollars in municipal franchise fees as far back as 2007. Now, if let's look at this. If you don't pay your water bill for a while, does your water still stay on?
Mm-mm. I need like a dripping sound effects now.
You do. Put that in your
No,
arsenal. If you don't pay your electric bill for a while, will it still stay on?
nope.
I think we have a little bit of a delay. Do we, MC?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe
Yeah.
those.
It feels like we have a little bit of a delay or something. You know what? Let's do this, folks. Let's take a little bit of a break. I'm going to go out and come back in and see if that solves the delay. So go ahead and put up the show card, MC.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not ration. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance, tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary and seldom do what they motivate. World full of hate, we serve the hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals. Minds change through visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevating through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. It's up to you. You got your torch now. MediaScope. We here for you, you, and you. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. We got it. Tech, pop, music. Tech, pop, music. MediaScope. Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not ration. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary, and seldom do they motivate. World full of hate, we serve a hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settled in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart and essence of the growth.
Hey, are we back?
We are back, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't do the count in.
Thanks. Hold
But
on a second. Hold on a second.
You're frozen though, but your picture looks great, but you're still frozen.
I'm frozen?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what's going on. Am I still frozen?
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, you are.
Choppy.
Very
I don't
choppy.
know what's happening. It's very strange. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, hold on a minute. But you can hear me, right?
I can.
Okay. Is there a delay?
Yeah, it appears to be a delay, but I can still hear you.
Okay, so hopefully, guys, we're gonna keep going, and hopefully, we'll be able to, work this out as this is happening. Anyway, all right, Johnny Ray is here. She said my face is breakdancing. Yeah, I see that there's a little bit of. Hopefully, it will catch up soon, but. Ron TV Metro says, as long as you hear, it's good. Tish Roach is here. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, and I don't know what is happening, why it's in slow motion. I am guessing it may have something to do with Chrome. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it's actually intermittent. So, I mean, you're kind of, it flows okay for a moment, and then it goes back to kind of.
And then it stopped. Yeah, I think it has to do with Chrome. So I'm going to have to check out what's happening with Chrome. But last week, thank goodness it was good. But this week, so.
There was an update to Chrome too recently, so I'm not sure if you got that.
I did an update to my Chrome.
Yeah, just
I
like
saw
yesterday.
That.
Yeah, just like
I
yesterday.
did it.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah, I did that. I did the update because I knew that there was some Wahala was going to happen like this. So.
Did you power your PC down? I mean,
I did. That's why it took me so long to come back, because I shut everything up and came back, and I thought that would knock off, but apparently not.
The old turn your PC off and turn it back on didn't work, huh?
It did not work. That's why I'm like, it's not. It has to be Chrome. It has to be Chrome. So I apologize, guys, for the choppiness of this, but at least last week it wasn't choppy for the anniversary show. But you know what? It's Chrome and probably has something to do with the update. So Nation of Waberia is here. What's up, Waberi? Good to see you. And thanks for holding it down, Serena, with our specials that we had, an intermission special. See, she always holds it down. Thank you for being here. All right. So where were we? We were talking about Chris Cuomo, were we not? And then we started to
No.
talk about Netflix.
Okay, here we go.
Right. Netflix and Hulu. So photo 2, please. Yeah, there we go. All right. So they're
Like a
being
lawsuit,
sued.
25.
Yeah, they're being sued. I'm waiting for my my stuff to come up and it's not coming up. It's taking forever. Okay, so they've got unpaid bills, and I was saying that if you have an electric bill, you don't pay it for a while, they're quick to cut you off, give you all sorts of pink slips and a few days notice, and call us to get.
Right.
They don't care. So it's really interesting that these big companies are able to stay for so long with unpaid bills. So the the lawsuit is based out of Dallas on behalf of 25 Texas cities, including Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, according to the New York Post. And the suit is alleging that these streaming giants have not paid their annual franchise fees, which are required by Texas Public Utility Regulatory Act, and they're used to fund basic city services. Okay. Have you noticed that you haven't had basic city services, MC?
Absolutely. The YMCA, they closing a couple hours early. So, stuff like that.
Okay, library is only open from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on weekdays, closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we're noticing things like that. It is so now you know who to blame: Netflix and Hulu, right? All these
Funny.
streamers. So this is what was said in the lawsuit. Disney, Hulu, and Netflix have long withheld statutorily required payments to cities through Texas, depriving them of fees that helped fund essential city services. This case was filed on behalf of our municipal clients to ensure future compliance with PURA, which is this act, and to recoup significant fees owed by some of the nation's largest streaming services.
Yeah, I know that feeling though. When a client doesn't pay a
Of
bill.
that's when you have to, as you say, shake them down, or you're trying to be you're getting shook down.
Yeah, I know
Big
that
shakedown.
feeling. I tell you.
I think we
More
all
than
know
a
that
board.
feeling.
Yes.
I think we all know that feeling. So then it's like, all right, well, you take. My thing is like you're making you talk. You get on these calls. You talk about all the money that you're making. The quarter two earnings exceeded. So pay your bills. Pay your bills. And this is what gets me. And I'm sure those of you that have clients or whatever, you feel the same way. If you say that you want the services or want to be able to serve, have the money to do it or don't do it. Like, don't employ techniques or people or whatever that cost money if you actually don't have the money to do it. Don't hide behind, oh, well, we actually have 30, 60, 90 days to pay. No, have the money ready to pay when you're supposed to pay. It's very simple. Because if you, what happened?
No, I was just saying it's like they're like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll take package B. That gives me all of your services.
Exactly. And here's the thing. So this is why I'm looking at you side-eye Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus, because if we are late on our streaming bill, do you think they let us have it into perpetuity? Can we keep watching for free? No. So you're quick to get the money that's owed you. But now that you owe somebody else, you're dragging your Mickey Mouse feet, Disney Plus.
Yeah. judgment will be around the corner for us if we missed. You are being judged.
No, absolutely. The moment you don't pay what you're supposed to pay, you're all
Right.
kinds of everything, and they cut it off, and then you have to do the walk of shame down the road. But let them owe you something. Let them
Right.
need to pay you. Let them need to, like these cities are alleging. Let you need to pay us, and you have all kinds of ridiculous things in place. Oh, now it's 60, 90, 120 days.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have the money to do it. Just tell the truth. Or you're not putting your money in the right place. Are you not budgeting? Because you know that the cost of doing business in part of these places is that. Why do you not have the money? Why are you not paying them? Why do you not have the money to do that?
Some
That
kids not
just
getting lunch
bothers
now.
me. Say again.
I said some kid at a school is not getting lunch now because of you guys.
Because of you, somebody is not eating mashed potatoes with yucky gravy because of you. Somebody is not eating Totina's frozen awful pizza because of you. Because
No,
of you, somebody is not eating mystery casserole. Maybe this is not such a bad thing when it comes to school foods. Thanks a
right, right.
lot for that. So anyway, there is a lawsuit. There is a lawsuit that is happening. So here's the thing: Netflix began streaming on platforms in Texas in 2007, 2011, and 2019, respectively. Sorry, Disney, Hulu, and Netflix. So those are the years respectively. So yeah, apparently several act this is not the only lawsuit they're facing, Disney anyway. Several actors and former cast members are suing Disney over vaccine mandates, which cost them their jobs. And according to the Disney blog Inside Magic, a federal judge just approved a $5 million lawsuit against Disneyland Resort over misleading and factually incorrect statements about its annual pass program. Now, I remember that. People, money is not worth that much that you have to lie, cheat, and steal to get it and then not pay people. I have no patience for people who don't pay what they're supposed to pay, and you have no reason not to. You were high on the hog before.
Right.
So, in as I like to call it, the coconut shrimp days, and you know why I call it coconut shrimp. When coconut shrimp was flowing in chocolate, what is it? Thunder,
Fountains.
chocolate thunder fountains were flowing, and you had all sorts of delectable berries to dip in it. Why were you not paying your bills then when you had a surplus of coconut shrimp?
And we want an answer too.
We do want an answer. We're waiting. That's why I'm quiet. I'll wait.
She is not playing.
I'm not playing. I want an answer. This is a metaphor for everybody who has not gotten paid on time because you're doing God knows what with the money. Anyway,
Right.
hey, Marsha Rees, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Folks, if you are just joining us, welcome to the fold. I'm a little bit choppy. We're having some tech issues that I don't know what's happening. We're thinking it's something to do with Chrome, but you can hear me uninterrupted, which is great. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on all the platforms you see there. It is a rousingly good time or a rousing good time. My name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. And there's somebody running the bells and whistles behind the scene. That would be a one MC Curtis.
Hey everybody, what's happening?
Mm-hmm. How you doing, old man?
Doing well, doing well.
Good, 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 good. All right, so Ron TV Metro has a comment. He says, "Isn't it also those regulators should have asked the companies to pay? Someone ain't doing their job too." You know what? Here's what we don't know: what the dealings behind were. I'm thinking, like a lot of people, that they give a little bit of, they're giving grace, right? But years worth of grace.
Right. Right.
So somebody, absolutely, Ron, you are right. Somebody should have at some point said something. So, but now it's gone to the lawsuit point. So you're
So
right.
that means
Regulators should have.
but that means that someone actually has been saying something, and Netflix is just, or Netflix or Hulu or whoever else is involved in the
Netflix,
suit.
Hulu, and Disney
Right.
Plus.
Okay, Netflix, yeah, the three of them, they've actually been ignoring them then. So someone has been saying something. Or is that to imply that someone's been saying something?
Who's on first?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Maybe someone has been saying something. Maybe somebody hasn't been saying something. The crux of this point is that they have unpaid bills that they need
Right.
to go ahead and pay. If you, the cost of doing business is whatever taxes, whatever fees you have to pay. That's not negotiable. And the fact that somebody let you get away with it, not one, but three companies this long, is beyond me. That somebody dropped balls somewhere. Right? So not just one, but several balls. They were all in the air and they just fell. So somebody dropped these juggling pins or whatever, these bowling pins.
Yeah, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Did you just amen yourself?
Yeah, I did.
It is the job of other people to co-sign with an amen, not yours, sir. You just co-signed on yourself. But I'm just going to, I'll allow it. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Anyway, so yeah, Ron, you are 100% correct. Absolutely. What's up? Shanice Green, Miss
Miss
Swoop
Swoop.
herself. Yes.
Look at that
Swoop,
hair.
there it
Boy, I
is.
tell you.
That hair, I mean, the swoop, perfection. It's like, don't ever change your profile picture. It's perfection.
It's like
Absolutely
body
is.
chop. You can.
Marsha Reese says, hey, Curtis.
Hey.
What's going on? All right, folks, let's keep going because I don't want to hold you here longer than we need to. I apologize for the intermission. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but it looks like it's starting to clear itself up. But this is unacceptable. We're going to have a stern talking to and sit down with the tech team because we're not liking this at all.
We are. I wonder what they're doing.
Nothing, clearly. Nothing.
Yeah, they're just horrible.
Terrible. They're doing what you. They're back here with their hands up. That's what they're doing. Hey, let's get photo 3, please, because all this time we've only had 2 photos. So let's go to photo 3. Well, guys, guess what? Apple TV Plus is in talks to launch Brazilian content. For those of you in South America, this is cool. Now, we actually had a nice conversation about this on not Facebook, Instagram, about the fact that Brazil is usually a testing ground for a lot of tech, for a lot of apps. And so they are launching some Brazilian content. So this report is according to 9 to 5 Mac and Flavio Rico, who is a Brazilian journalist known for sharing exclusive news about local TV. So according to him, Apple TV is, quote, interested in producing new content in Brazil. So details are unclear at this point, but they said that they are going to prioritize quality and authenticity with its new local productions. Good stuff. Good stuff. Have you ever watched any Brazilian programs?
I have not.
I have not either, but I'm interested now. So I'm going to have to scope the tube of YouTube, to see if I can find some Brazilian content. Because I love international television and international content. I'd be interested to see what they would do in Brazil. Now, this is not the first time they've had non-English content. Apple TV Plus has Tehran, which was a spy thriller by Moishe Zonder, and most of the dialogue was in Hebrew and in Farsi. And Losing Alice was a psychological thriller also produced in Israel, recorded in Hebrew and dubbed in English. So it looks like they're trying to go in more into international markets now, which I feel you really need to. The international market is huge. Folks, if you're thinking
Absolutely.
about content, do not just think about the American market or the North American market. Think globally. Think global. You're cutting yourself off from community and revenue if you're only thinking US centric, if that makes any sense.
But would you say that it's fair to say that a lot of international viewers, they like American content and vice
They do.
versa?
They do. I think uh, I think here's the thing. This is a longer conversation, but English is a lingua franca, which basically means like main language around the world.
Hmm.
It's terrible, but you could go to most places and they will speak English. And I mean terrible in that it doesn't force Americans to learn. There's no incentive for Americans to know anything else beyond English, which I think is terrible. You need to learn at least have two languages, in my opinion. Um, but in any case, we're not here for a language lesson.
Quesadilla. What's that? A quesadilla?
Good night. The food truck is not pleased with your pronunciation of quesadilla.
What's a
Anyway,
quesadilla?
no, I and when I hear that, I'm like, you had to have taken at least basic Spanish in high school, or maybe even if you took French. And with Spanish, the rules still apply. Double L is a y, a Y sound.
Right, right.
And my thing is, what gets me is when people in Texas do it. You are next to Mexico. How do you not know how to pronounce those things?
That's too funny because I was just gonna say here in Texas, they don't give a. Mm-mm. They're like, that's a quesadilla. That's a quesadilla.
Meanwhile, your neighbor's Mexican. Does that make sense?
Right, right,
Anyway,
right.
well, Texas is a different country altogether. Let's just say that they're on their
Definitely.
own stuff. Definitely. So, but this is cool because there's more non-English. I shouldn't say that. There's more foreign language content. I don't want to frame things in terms of English. So there's more foreign language content that will be coming to Apple TV Plus, and they need to do something because when it comes to the war between the streamers, if I am
Mm.
dependent upon Americans who already have so many choices, I'm not going to fare very well. I need to spread out to an international market, and that means I need to have international fare for them to partake in. So, and we already know Koreans have done very well on Netflix. All you have to do is look at Squid Game to know. So Korean content has done very well. So I'm looking forward to seeing more Korean content, more Asian content on Disney, not Disney Plus, but Apple Plus, Apple TV Plus. So here's the thing: the Brazilian content is just a rumor, but it comes from somebody who has a pretty good track record of talking about these things. So let's see what
Mm.
happens. Let me have photo 4, please, folks. We're going to keep going and keep working and keep perking. For those of you that love Thursday night football, I don't care, but maybe you do. DirecTV is closing in on a deal. They're close to a deal with Amazon for NFL Thursday night football in restaurants and bars. So that means you will be watching it courtesy of DirecTV if you watch Thursday night football in restaurants and bars. Now, last week, we didn't do any news because we were celebrating, but last week, NFL TV Plus debuted. So I talked about that on Friday with the Biz
Ooh.
Chicks at NFL TV Plus debuted. Remember, we talked about it earlier. Well, it
Yes,
actually
we do.
debuted Thursday, actually. So for those of you that are interested, go ahead and do it. And I can't remember the prices. I want to say $6.99 for a basic tier. Get at me in my DMs if you're interested to know. I can't remember right now, but it looks like football is the best thing since sliced bread because DirecTV wants in on some of those dollars, and they are closing in on that deal. So those of you that like to watch your Thursday night football in a sports bar or a restaurant, it will be courtesy of DirecTV.
So
Okay.
DirecTV and the NFL, or you mentioned Amazon.
No. So Amazon right now has the exclusive rights to
Mhm.
streaming Thursday night
Gotcha.
football games.
Gotcha.
DirecTV is coming in and trying to make a deal with Amazon to have the exclusive rights. Since they have the rights to broadcast,
Mhm.
DirecTV wants the rights to broadcast in bars and in restaurants. So
Gotcha.
that's where Amazon comes in, because Amazon has the exclusive rights to Thursday
Gotcha.
night football, which
Wow.
is kind of weird if you ask me.
Yeah,
It's
what is
not weird, but I think we're just so used to watching sports matches and sports games on network TV that it feels
right?
odd to do it on Amazon, right?
Exactly.
But it's a smart business move because Amazon's figured if you want to watch Thursday night football, you have to do it here. So I guess that's more for them.
Hmm.
So
Now,
go
quick
ahead.
question: is that part of Prime? That
That's a good question.
hmm.
I don't know. I'll look that up, but I don't know if it is part of Prime. Maybe somebody here knows whether or not that is part of Prime because again, I'm not a football watcher, so I don't know
Right.
whether or not I have Prime, but I don't know if it's part of Prime. And even if it was, I wouldn't be watching it anyway. But that's something for us to find out. Good question. Let's go to photo 5. We have one Curtis right here, MC Curtis, but here's another Curtis Jackson.
A lot more wealthier though.
He is, and he fixed his teeth. Did you notice?
I see that. I see that.
They're nice and even and not chiclet like they were before. They were. His two
Yeah.
front teeth were too big. Sometimes, and see, this is why you have to, what folks, if you are going to pay money to get veneers or get your teeth done, it pays to go to a reputable dentist because there are people, because it's not just him, it was who was it? Not Haley Mills. The one that played, she played on some Disney something. I'm trying to remember her name, but she got her teeth, the two front ones were so bad. I was like, why would anybody let you leave the office looking like that?
Right.
Now,
Right.
it's
Right.
one thing if your teeth really look like that in real person, have at it. But to actually go and get your teeth perfected and you come out with that? But Curtis Jackson, your teeth look very nice. That's why he's smiling. Though it looks like a strained smile, but it's he's smiling nonetheless. So this is to say that Lionsgate is instituting a new podcasting unit. You know, there's Lionsgate Television. Well, they have a sound podcast business unit, and 50 Cent has a podcast on there. They have officially entered. Just when you thought there were not enough people in the podcast game, people, there were not enough people. You need a podcast. You need a podcast network. Just when you thought there weren't enough, here comes Lionsgate, and they've officially entered the podcast business with Lionsgate Sound. And they are producing podcasts in-house for third-party distribution. So it looks like they're not actually a network. They're just producing these, and they're going to be distributed elsewhere.
Okay.
And one of these people, 50 Cent Curtis Jackson, or Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. So that's interesting. I wonder what he's going to be talking about. You can only talk about your new teeth one time. So it can't be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, look out for that soon. They're going to be producing a bunch of things. Podcasting, as I have been saying for the past, has it been 10 years now? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for the past 10 years, I've been saying podcasting is the new black. And that it is. All right. Well, let's get off of podcasting. Could I go to photo 6, please? Bridgerton! There is an unofficial Bridgerton musical. Did you know that, MC?
No, I was not aware of that.
There is an unofficial Bridgerton. For those of you who like Bridgerton, there is. It is a. It was a TikTok smash, but now Netflix is suing the creators for infringement. Oh, that's interesting. So there are 2 seasons so far of Bridgerton. They're currently working on season 3, and they have filed a lawsuit. I have a lot of lawsuit stories today. They have filed a lawsuit against the creators of, quote, the unofficial Bridgerton musical that went viral and won a Grammy Award earlier this year. So the suit alleges that Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear borrowed the intellectual property of this Regency era sensation and turned it into a live stage show despite repeated objections from Netflix. Defendants Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear and their companies, Barlow and Bear, have taken valuable intellectual property from the Netflix original series Bridgerton and to build an international brand for themselves. How very selfish. That's not what it says. I'm just putting that in. Bridgerton reflects the creative work and hard-earned success of hundreds of artists and Netflix employees. Netflix owns the exclusive right to create Bridgerton songs, musicals, or any other derivative works based on Bridgerton. Barlow and Bear cannot take that right, made valuable by others' hard work, for themselves without permission. That is their statement, Netflix's statement. So Barlow and Bear are actually TikTokers that rose to prominence during the pandemic, and they charmed audiences with their captivating songs inspired by Bridgerton's characters and plot. So the tribute to the series was a viral hit, and it had millions of views. And then what they did is they compiled a 15-song unofficial Bridgerton musical album, which propelled them to victory in the Best Musical Theater Album category at the Grammys. Now, this is what I'm wondering.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is what I'm wondering. Had they not won a Grammy, would this be a big deal for Netflix?
Very interesting.
Had they not had like millions of views, would this be a big deal for them? Because my thing is like, keep that same energy. You know how they say, keep that same energy, keep the same energy, whether it's 2 people or 2 million people watching.
Right.
So here's when the trouble began. When Barlow and Bear actually adapted their songs to a live stage show at the Kennedy Center. So they performed at the 50th anniversary celebration. And you can actually, there is footage of this on, you could go to the Kennedy Center's site on YouTube and watch if you are interested. So the tickets for this show range as high as $149. Clips on it popped up on social media. Then Netflix filed the lawsuit in Washington, D.C. Thoughts? People, I want to know your thoughts on these. Particularly, Claude, if you're still here, you are an attorney. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Wow, that's very interesting. But that's a good question that you have in regards to, had they not won a some kind of an award for it, would it have been an issue? But clearly, they made a large sum of money, right? Selling the tickets.
I guess so. I don't know how much they made, but I'm sure that because they had, such views on social media, and it got that they probably have brand partnerships, sponsorships, all sorts of things now. So it led to money for them.
Right.
Is it now? I am not an attorney, so I can't talk about the specifics of this, but it appears. So here's the thing. Legal proceedings are going to look at whether the word unofficial adds to the argument for fair use, because I think this is what they're going to try to argue. But because they use the word unofficial, does that make it fair use? And here's the thing, guys. Fair use is already iffy, and there's no one definition of what fair use is, because it depends on the amount of the work of the intellectual property that you use, the nature in which it was used. I already said how much of it you use. So it depends. So when people say, is it fair use? The answer is it depends.
Well, I mean, when you say fair use, because the very thing that they're saying is, well, it's unofficial, but that's essentially the same thing as that you hear some people say, or at least on Facebook, I don't see it a whole lot anymore, but they might say, well, this music does not belong to me.
Yeah, it's rubbish. I don't. Okay, see now you're about
Right,
to
but
make
I'm
me
just
mad,
saying
MC.
unofficial and the same thing.
No, it's not.
Isn't it the same
Well,
thing?
yeah, but that whole thing. That's people. If you're doing that, stop doing that right now. I'm telling you today, stop doing that right now. It doesn't work. It does not absolve you of responsibility. You can be sued for things. So it does not absolve you of responsibility. In fact, it's an admission that you know it doesn't belong to you, so you don't have the rights to use it. Better you
Well,
just use it and take the
mm,
consequences than to think that absolves you. It doesn't. Go ahead.
but isn't that's my question though? Is that the same thing as them someone saying unofficial, and still they're, you know, they build a musical around it or made money on it and won an award. So though one person may say, well, I don't own this song, another person says, well, I and you know, it's clearly that they don't own it, but another person says, well, it's
So
unofficial.
here's the thing. There are allowances with that when it's parody, for example.
Mhm.
So if like Weird Al Yankovic, right?
Okay.
Remember, he did all those
Right.
songs that were
Hmm.
parodies of famous songs. In
Right.
that case, he still went and got permission, right, to do it. But in
Mm.
those cases, it's a parody. So parody is one case where you can kind of, depending on what the deal is, where you may be able to um, use a song because it is not the song, it is parody, a parody
Right.
of the song, right? Comedy is, a satire, that type of thing. So that is a case where you could do that. Let me get to the room because I'm sure there are all sorts of things being said. There you are. And I know my head is all in the thing. So let's see. We got some new comments. I want to know what you all think about this. DS is here. Hey, DS, welcome, welcome. Don't worry about being late to the party. There is no such thing as late DS. Ron TV Metro says that big companies will chase dollars wherever they can. Definitely. She said it's the accent. Look, my I used to have a much better British accent. Remember, my mom lived in England for a long time. So I used to have a much better one, but I don't use it all the time. So it's lagging. I need to bring it back up to speed. So that was a parody of a British accent. Hey, Rufus Hobson is here. What's up, Rufus? Good to see you. Okay, so the Queen of Food Truckery is heading out. We've got food truck last calls, guys. Make sure you get some refreshing watermelon, and it's on MC Curtis. So,
What?
absolutely. Shanice, with regard to Taco Bell, asks, she wonders if Taco Bell has asks employees to pronounce quesadilla and tortilla and all of that properly. I would hope so. That would be an abomination if not.
That's part of their onboarding.
Yes. Pronounce quesadilla. Okay. Wow. Ron Metro says that Netflix will sue a lemonade stand of a 6-year-old she named her business under a name of any of their shows. You know what? Probably so. Well, and here's the thing, I don't remember what it was, a musical that was open in New York. And with musicals, there is a stipulation that you cannot have, like, musicals are basically licensed. So when high schools and things do musicals, you're not just saying, oh, we want to do that. You are supposed to license those things out. But you're not supposed to have um a show within a 100-mile radius of an official show like going on, right? So there was a high school who was doing, and I can't remember for the life of me which it was, but they were in New Jersey, not too far from New York City. So they were trying to make this high school not do it because it was too close. I'm like, you really think this high school doing this is going to take a significant chunk of your? Sometimes we just have to use common sense. I do understand intellectual property, but again, it's a high school.
Hmm.
Something to look at. All right. Anyway, let's start to wrap this up. I do want to, could I have the intro to the tech segment, please? It's so slow. Did it play for you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, it barely played for me. That's why I know Chrome, your days are numbered. Anyway, could I have let's go with photo 11, please. Now, do you know Open Door,
Is this
MC?
the NFT stuff?
No, no, not Open Sea. That's a different one.
Oh,
Open Door. So Open Door is actually a a an app, a tech company where you can sell and buy a home. So it's supposed to make the process easier. Well, apparently they've been doing something wrong because they've agreed to pay 62 million to settle
jeez.
charges by the Federal Trade Commission that says their claims that they help people to make more money selling their house to the company rather than listing it on the open market. They said it's deceptive. I could have told you that. So for years, it's a real estate technology company. They've said that their pricing technology provides, quote, more accurate offers and lower costs. So iBuyers using this method to make quick offers on homes they said that they would make thousands of dollars more than they would on the open market. But
Wow.
according to the FTC, it's a lie. Like Maury Povich said, the lie detector test has determined that that is a lie.
Right.
In the words of Maury Povich. So the commission says this, that not only were Open Doors offers lower than a home's market value, but also that the company also asked sellers to fork out more for home repair costs that were higher than what people would typically spend on repairs in a market sale.
Why
Yeah.
are people still falling for this stuff?
Oh.
Jeez.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Think about this. If you are, maybe you're underwater in your mortgage,
Hmm.
maybe you are trying to move and you just need to get out of that house quickly, and you don't have time to wait for the market to take its course for you to sell your home.
Gotcha.
Sometimes these quick deals are very attractive to somebody who just needs to sell their house. So
Right.
they're like,
Right.
oh, okay, well, it's not going to be that. So, it's a quick deal. And they're promising you more. Okay. And then,
Mhm.
especially if they're promising you more, then you think, all right. To which, if you're doing it because you think you could get more, then we have to look at your own greed. But that's a different case. That's a different story altogether. But that's deceptive. So they've agreed to pay out 62 million. This is a blow to Open Door, but also to the entire iBuying industry, which for years has operated on similar claims. They have a lot of competitors, and as well that involve traditional agents like Compass and Redfin. And by the way, Redfin and Compass combined laid off over 900 workers earlier this year. So they're all trying to change up now and trying to change up the narrative and do things that don't be deceptive. Don't be deceptive. It's very easy to fall because they make the process seem so easy. But what?
Right. Right.
But I also need consumers to be a little smarter as well. Smarter. Can we be more when it comes to that? Anyway, so don't fall for the okie doke. Make sure that you are well versed with whatever company you're going to use to buy or sell a home. Could I have, let's see, photo 15, please? This story should be right up your alley, MC.
Yummy.
Today, wait, let's have the intro to the pop culture. This Velveeta has crafted a boozy mac and cheese cocktail called the Veltini.
Uh-uh. The Veltini.
I can see your face, MC. That's why I'm laughing. I can't see your face,
Right.
but I'm picturing your face because you already don't like cheese. So,
Right.
so it's infused with Velveeta cheese, olive brine, and vermouth inside vodka. It's an unapologetic, outrageously cheesy experience, according to the company. As we look to summer, one of life's greatest pleasures is enjoying summer sips during the golden hour. We wanted to find a way to elevate this experience for our fans even further by bringing the rich, creamy goodness of Velveeta to a martini in a unique and unexpected way for the ultimate outrageous pleasure. So to top it all off, it's garnished with Velveeta-filled olives and Velveeta shells and cheese.
Velveeta shells and cheese inside the drink.
Mm,
You
that's the
know what?
garnish.
They need to they need to have their behinds kicked for that.
Oh,
That sounds like some stuff that me and my brothers and sisters would dare each other to drink. I dare you to drink this. You mix
it
together.
does sound like a dare, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Upon first look, it looks like it may be a normal human being drink, but then look closer, you see the Velveeta stuffed olives. You see the cheese Velveeta around the rim.
I loved how your voice got. Now, if you look a little closer, you see.
I'm very angry at this, actually.
It's. I hear it. I hear the anger. Yeah, that's gross.
There are children walking around without enough cheese in their macaroni and cheese, and this is what you choose to do with cheese. On that angry note, I have one more story for you all, but let's go to the room before we get to that story because I am really interested to know what you think about the Veltini. Nation of Waberia says, why, that's disgusting. Susan
Absolutely.
Engels is here, and she also concurs that this is disgusting. Ron TV Metro says, and why do these stories find me? I don't know, but they find me. Ron TV Metro says, a great drink to serve when you're breaking up with someone. You know what? Yes, Ron. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. DS on YouTube feels that this is an abomination, and I am right with you. But beforehand said, hey, maybe it's good. Somehow I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Jay is here and says, hell no. Just like that. DS doesn't want cheese in his cocktail. Can you think of a worse flavor for a cocktail?
The cheese doesn't. It already doesn't melt anyways. You have to add. It has to be at least what I think 900 degrees Fahrenheit
700 degrees Fahrenheit for it.
for it to melt. And so, sitting in a, I mean, you got cheese looking like ice cubes.
In the words of Twisted Sister, we're not gonna take it.
Absolutely.
Dr. Twana says, yuck. CC Mitchell says, Lord. Bootha Vandross is here. What's up, Bootha? And says, what is that? Why, it's the latest craze. It's a Veltini, Velveeta infused drink. You've never lied before. Desha Wabir says this is probably the best use for Velveeta, though.
Right.
But my thing is this: if you're going to do that type of thing and play around with cheese, could you at least get something like a Jarlsberg or a cheese that is decent? Velveeta. Nonsense.
Cheese in your drink? What? I mean, I don't even like cheese like that in the first place.
I know. That's why I was so excited about seeing this, because I knew you were going to have an adverse reaction to cheese in a drink, cheese in general, and cheese in a drink, because you abhor cheese. That's why I said, oh, this is the story for today.
Yeah.
Right, Susan Engels. Velveeta is an abomination by itself, not to
Isn't
talk
it?
of combining it with other things. Marsha Reeves says, who actually drinks cheese? When it's cool, does it get that filthy? See, now we're getting into territory that's like. And it's one thing if it was like a cream cheese. I could maybe forgive that because it is more desserty. But not this savory abomination.
Savory abomination.
I'm very upset, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I see. I hear you.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. Cheese in a drink. Rubbish.
Yeah, it is.
We have to get off of this trajectory. Let's have one more story and then we're going to head out. And since we had such a long intermission, thank you for bearing with us today. Could I have photo 16, please? Let me get my head out of the way. Folks, speaking of food, also today on What the Hell Is This, Applebee's has served up a platter of lip glosses that taste like chicken wings. If you love chicken that much, or do you love chicken that much that you desire to always have chicken grease on your lips, now you can be chicken greasy all day long with Applebee's makeup line called Saucy Gloss. Hot wings, hot dates, and hot gloss are all on the menu for tonight, according to Taxi. They have 4 delectable shades of chicken wing inspired glosses. Get Me Hot Buffalo, Be My Honey Pepper, Sweet Chili Kiss, and Honey Barbecue Tea. So let's talk about the colors here. For those of you that are interested in lip gloss, Get Me Hot Buffalo is a gold, like a golden gloss. Be My Honey Pepper is a dark red and gold. Sweet Chili Kiss is a burgundy. Sorry, Get Me Hot Buffalo is a coral. That's notwithstanding neither here nor there, because they're inspired by Applebee's glossy chicken wings. So Winky Lux is the name of the company that does this, and Applebee's approached them to ask if they can make lip glosses that tasted like barbecue sauce. Who is this for?
Right. So when does it go on sale?
Good question. It does not say when they go on sale. I'll find out and let you know. First of all, this is tantamount to that, cheese cologne or whatever that we were talking about before. Remember the?
Yes.
If sometimes people come close enough to you, perhaps around lunchtime, I can forgive you smelling like chicken wings, but you should not smell like chicken wings all day long. And then refresh chicken wings when you refresh your lip. And if it tastes like chicken wings, what's to stop you from drinking the whole lip gloss bottle?
You know, I would love to see an infomercial on this one where the lady's using the lip gloss and she's like, he just can't get enough of me. He loves my lip gloss and I can't get away from him.
That sounds like a 1970s commercial if I ever did hear one. D Carpio is here. You're never late. We're still here. Thank you for being here. Nation of Wabir says, of course they asked to have it made. It's Applebee. Of course, right? Of course. Would you? So I get marketing. Okay, I do. I understand that this is a cute, kitschy way to put your brand out there. Who is this for? DS, somebody who has this on might bite their own lips. See, this is the danger. So remember, well, you probably don't remember, but you have a sister, right? You have sisters, I think, right? MC?
Yeah. I do.
So I'm sure you noticed that they used lip gloss and things like that, and probably used like there were bubblegum lip gloss and all sorts of things like that. Like Bonnie Bell and Maybelline used to have all those things. Well, those things were delicious. They really were. It follows that you probably should not be eating all of that, but they were actually delicious. So, I'm just, if people can't control themselves around like bubblegum lip gloss, cherry lip gloss and stuff like that, I can only imagine what would happen with chicken wing lip gloss.
Like, girl, you better take that off. You're driving me crazy.
Susan Engel says, leave it to Applebee's. They have to do something. Exactly. That's why I'm not even mad. I'm very annoyed with the Velveeta Veltini. But with this, I'll allow it.
Maybe it's like a mating smell or something. Mating, like a smell or a mating call.
So chicken wings has pheromones. Is this what you're saying? This is terrible. DS said, I thought it was going to taste like chocolate wings. Oh, boy. They show up here and say, wait a damn.
Right.
Good. Yeah. Everybody, I'm giving you permission to please put the word rubbish in your rotation. You'll thank me for it. It describes every terrible situation. What kind of rubbish is that? Put it in your rotation. These stories find me, folks. I can't make this up. But I hope you enjoy them for today. That is it. Thank you so much for bearing with our technical difficulties. And look how much smoother it is now that we're starting to you're getting ready to get off. But it is what it is. Thank you all for bearing with the technical difficulties. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Year 7 is on. We are in it. We're going to make this an amazing year. MC, any final thoughts?
Great show. Great show. Thank you.
Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, myself, the hot wing, chicken wing, lip gloss, and Veltinis. Please let us all exit stage left. Until next week, cheers.
Ciao, everybody.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel